everybody, my name's Alison. I hope you guys are staying home and staying well. Today I'm going to talk about the wonderful world of succulents. I mentioned a few cactus too. I've brought here a few of my favorites, and as you can see, they come in all sorts of different shapes and sizes. Like, you can't believe how many different colors and varieties there are of succulents. So this is one of my favorites here. This is a Jade. Actually, these are all in the Crassula family, if you can believe it or not. This one is like a horse-tooth jade. You often see these ones turned into bonsai because they have such a strong sort of branching structure like this, which is really interesting. This is just our common jade here, the tricolor. In lots of sun, these guys will get a nice red edge around them. And then we also have the watch chain link here. And this one, once it gets really nice and big, it's just cascades over the edge of the pot. They're really quite beautiful. Next I have here, this is Opuntia. So this is just one representation of the very large Opuntia family. They're kind of unusual and unique. Succulents add this sort of sculptural look to your plants in your home, which is really interesting. And they're perfect for those sunny windows. They love lots of sun, and they like the heat as well. This cute little guy here, this is a Hawr Thea. Hawr Theas also come in many different shapes and sizes and colors. They're incredible. They can actually tolerate a little bit less sun if needed, but you maintain that best form in full sun. Next here, and you guys probably know this one, this is our string of pearls. So they look like little peas on a string. Once they're nice and fully grown, they will like cascade down. You get tiny little flowers on them, but really it's grown for this super unique they're like super unique little succulent leaves here. Next we have these two. I wonder if you guys know what those are without reading the tag. So these are aloes. This is a little baby aloe vera, really tiny, the one that you can use for burns or any scrapes or anything like that. And this is a more ornamental aloe here. So it's got a different sort of pattern and lots of sharp teeth on it. So again, lots of diversity within this sort of aloe grouping. Okay. Hoyas. So there are two types of Hoyas. We have the ones that trail and the ones that climb. So you can see the difference in these two here. The new growth is shooting straight up, where this one wants to kind of trail over the edges. So the Hoya family, again, is very diverse. You get a lot of variation in the leaf colors, the shape of the leaf, and the size of the leaf. But they're absolutely beautiful. And the trick to getting these to bloom is to keep them pot bound. People are always wondering, how do I get my Hoya to bloom? It's like, don't transplant it, let it get very root bound, and then it should start producing flowers. Typically they'll produce every summer. And last, one of my favorites here. This looks like a cactus, but it is not a cactus. This is a Euphorbia. It's actually called a milk cactus. If you were to kind of cut the edge of this, there'd be a latex sort of milk that comes out of here. So these little leaves are actually its blooms, which is very interesting, but they just continue to grow up, and you'll get these little arms. I've seen some of these that people have had for, I don't know, maybe 30 years, and they're as tall as the whole room. So that's a really unique sort of piece to have in your house. And again, lots of light for that one. So just some basics about cactus, just because we always want to know how to plant these things. So we always recommend this cactus mix here. The cactus mix has added sand and other things that help with drainage. Cactus and succulents cannot stand to have wet roots, and they don't like to be soggy. Think about where they live. If they live in a desert, they're not going to get the rain all the time. So we want to make sure that the soil drains really well. Also, because there are so many cute pots out there and they don't always have drainage, we recommend putting some sort of gravel or something like that at the bottom to catch any extra water, again, so that your plants aren't sitting in any water. They don't like wet toes. So I just want to showcase some of our little creations that we've made here. So they're really fun to combine into a container. If you look at this one's been growing for about a month now, but look how stunning that is. This is an Euphorbia here, and we have little baby jades, and then this beautiful trailing succulent coming out. So this is an easy way to combine lots of your little favorite things into one container, so you can kind of admire them in one little spot if you don't have much space. and you can get really creative with it. But notice that all of these containers, the dirt is very shallow. We don't typically plant cactus into deep soil. It just helps with the drainage, and it's just the root system as well. So these are some of my favorites here on the cactus and succulents. So I hope you enjoyed that, and we'll see you next time. There was dust. There was dust that came out of my gloves. Yeah, it's good.